guys? Blackwing 2040 here, back, and we're continuing our journey of Batman v Superman with today's review of Batman Forever. Now, before I go into details of this film, explain on what the film's about and everything, there are many things that you guys should know about before this film came out into theaters. So, before Batman Forever came into existence, Michael Keaton didn't like the idea of how the third film was played out, so he left. Burton had plans for the film, but Warner Brothers didn't like the idea because it was too dark, just like Batman Returns. So he left and just passed on the work to Joel Schumacher, who is the director of the film. And our cast for this film was Val Kilmer as Batman. And this film also introduced Robin the Boy Wonder. Well, he looks like a teenager, who is played by Chris O'Donnell. The villains of the film are Two-Face, played by Tommy Lee Jones, who you may know as Agent K from Men in Black, Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian. So Batman Forever takes, well, who knows how long this takes place between the gap between Returns and Forever. Two-Face is, of course, being the big baddie of this film. And of course you had Edward Nygma, who is an employee at Wayne Enterprises, who has a total obsession with Bruce Wayne and has an obsession with riddles. He creates this device called the box, but of course you could look at it, it's not even the shape of a box. He has this device that can manipulate people's brain waves and makes them feel like whatever television show they're watching, it just visualizes right in front of their eyes. So Bruce denies this idea, and Nygma, of course, creates his persona called the Riddler, and he even saw Two-Face kill the Flying Graysons, that's the circus that Dick was a part of. His family were trapeze artists. Two-Face killed his parents. Now Dick is living with Bruce, and of course Dick still has pain in his chest, who wants revenge on Two-Face. Bruce tries to teach him the ways of how revenge is not the way to go, but he's still pig-headed and dim-witted as always. Nicole Kidman's character is named Dr. Chase Meridian. She's a psychologist, or she studies in the criminally insane. She figures out Two-Face identity, that he has a dual personality disorder, and his Achilles heel is his two-headed coin that he has. One fine on the other side, and the other side scarred. And he chooses heads or tails, and depends on which side he should work on, whether good or evil. Whenever Two-Face flips on good, he never, ever does anything good. And that's one of the problems I had with Two-Face in this film. They just made him constantly evil. If you guys remember in Batman the Animated Series, Two-Face, like, every decision he ever made was based on his coin. And even if it landed on the good side, he would just do something fine, do something good. But of course, if it landed on tails, of course he would do something evil. But in this one, not 1 ounce of good Harvey Dent did in this film. Not once. And Riddler was supposed to be the main villain of this film, but of course they decided to switch it to Two-Face. And now you have Two-Face and Riddler being this villain duo to be the main baddies of this film. Now, Riddler, he was too okay, both of these villains were too animated and comedic. Jim Carrey's Riddler performance, I'll give him props because it was pretty darn funny, but it's just the design of his suit. It's like he's wearing Riddler pajamas. And of course, you know, Riddler wears a suit with a tie and has a question mark on the tie. But he just have a pajama suit with question marks everywhere. Of course, they got his signature cane right. That was a nice touch. But overall, it didn't really seem this way. And another thing to address this film, Joel Schumacher actually had a whole bunch of scenes planned for this film, but just Warner Brothers denied his ideas. There was supposed to be a deleted scene where Bruce and Dick have this like special talk with each other. That got canned. Bruce goes into the cave where he fell when he was a child, and he sees the bat that made him want to become Batman again. That scene was cut out. There was supposed to be an original ending. You know, the main ending of the film was Batman and Robin running with the bat signal lighting behind them. The original ending was gonna have Batman and Robin on a rooftop. Now, don't tell me that would have been a better ending. And plus, the opening of the film was not supposed to start out with names flying everywhere and Batman suiting up, getting to the Batmobile. The original opening was to open up at Arkham Asylum with Two-Face escaping. So pretty much Joel Schumacher actually knew what he was doing with this film. It's just some people at Warner Brothers did not like his ideas, and they just decided to can them. And he just did what he was told. I would say just let the man work. Let the man work. He has ideas. Let the ideas shine. For Pete's sake. All right. My thoughts on Chris O'Donnell's acting as Robin. I mean, of course he's playing Dick Grayson as Robin. I thought they would have gone with the Tim Drake version, but who cares? And I guess they wanted to use an older actor because when Dick Grayson had the suit, he was 12, so it didn't make sense to have a 12-year-old dressing up as a superhero on the big screen. But anyway, Chris O'Donnell's acting as Robin was decent. It's just they made him too furious all the time, like too furious with anger, and just I didn't like that. He's supposed to be like he's supposed to look up to Bruce as a father figure, even though he already had a father. But Bruce was supposed to be like a father figure to him, and they didn't show no ounce to that, no ounce of friendship or bonding between the two. They didn't have that in there, of course. And then you make him don the Robin suit until like the final battle of the film, which I don't understand. And that scene in that battle with Robin and Two-Face, it wasn't supposed to be that short. It was really supposed to be longer than that. There was a whole lot of things this film had. It's just they didn't want to put into it. So it was pretty much. You may think this film is bad, but this film was not Joel Schumacher's fault. This was Warner Brothers' fault. They didn't let Joel Schumacher do the things he wanted to do, and they just gave him ideas. All right, this is what we got. We're gonna let you do this, and you do that. But your ideas, we're not gonna allow you that. We're gonna do what we tell you to do. That's the way it went. So I'm gonna give this film. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 because it had the potential. This film had the potential to be good. It's just they didn't let it happen. But anyway, what do you guys think of Batman Forever? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it was in between? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and if you haven't seen my reviews on Batman and Batman Returns, I'll leave links to those reviews in the description. And tune in next week when I review this film that was a total disaster. Tomorrow, folks, I will be reviewing Batman and Robin. Until then, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden.